let's keep going with the Shachi. Here the Shachi from exterior, or negative feng shui feature from exterior. So the Tianzhan Sha. So this is just a verbal translation from Chinese. Tianzhan, they're Chinese characters. Sometimes learn some Chinese characters. Tianzhan Sha. Sha means Sha Qi. So what it looks like is, let's say there are two buildings. One here. Figure out my drawing skills improved a little bit. Okay, and your house, this is building A, building B, and your house is here. So essentially building A and building B form a, so there is a narrow space between building A and building B, and this narrow space is directly facing your house. And this issue is more important or more serious if your main door is also here. Let's say your main door, your main door is facing this narrow space. That's more serious. Essentially, this is because this narrow space will generate some intensive, some strong airflow, and this airflow will hit this strong intensive airflow is kind of sha qi we mentioned about, and it's hitting your main door. So your house is afflicted by the sha qi here. So if you read some feng shui book, those old feng shui books will say, well, this type of structure is very serious. It's severe. Okay, people living in the house might just die because of this. Actually, to me, it's not. It definitely is not that severe. Anyway, also the distance here usually is smaller than 50 meters. 50 meters. Okay, to me, it's not that severe. But somehow the old scripts always make it appear more severe than it is. So that's what I always so actually I when I record my the Chinese version video, I lost control again, and I was talking about the three problems of the Chinese metaphysics. And actually, for this Tianzhan Sha, usually it's just there's some health issues. No big deal. So what are those the problems of Chinese metaphysics? The first is they're scaring. They try to scare you. It's like this Tianzhan Sha. It's not that severe, but in the book they will try to make it so severe such that you are scared. Like when I was reading the feng shui scripts, some of the content was just almost scared the shit out of me. So it was so scary, but in reality, it's not that scary. As I will teach later, there in the flying star feng shui, there is fan yin or fu yin structure, fan yin and fu yin structure, and don't worry about it. You don't know what that is, but it's okay. I'm just trying to use this as an example. So in the scripts they will say, well, if your house has this fan yin or fu yin structure, or some secondary fan yin, secondary fu yin structure, every family member in your house might die. Wow, this actually so it's this is really ridiculous. It's definitely one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever seen. So in right now in modern society, it's and if it's not in the wartime, what's really hard to have every family member to die, right? So it's also it's not that serious at all. I don't know why they make it so scary. So it's scary. And also the second problem is it's too absolute. I would say it's just absolute. They will say if you see certain feature, then something will be destined to happen. Okay. For example, it will say if your head is round, well, it's spherical. If your head is spherical head for spherical for a male, then you are destined to be rich. How ridiculous it is. Okay, let's see. Then you are so confused. Well, looks like my head is spherical. Why I'm not rich? Okay, I'm already 60 years old. Why I'm not rich? I have spherical head. Well, then you guess what they were told you. They will tell you. Yeah, spherical head destined to be rich. Your head is not perfectly spherical. So when we say spherical, I mean perfectly spherical. Well, you can you find a perfect spherical head? I think not. But they will say that. Or they will say, rich is, whether you are rich depends on who you compare with. If you compare yourself with Warren Buffett, obviously you're not rich. But if you compare you with, then you're rich. Then you're rich. So, I mean, it's just this. You see how ridiculous it is. It's just this. Absolute is also another issue. So that's why I make this video. It's like when I teach later on, when I teach the Chinese astrology, the physiognomy stuff, I will try to clarify this stuff and make sure it's not, make sure those wrong statement is clarified. And also the third problem is it's unclear. They always use some unclear words or sentences. So it looks like the order of the scripts doesn't want you to understand it. They even try to prevent you from understanding them. They use the metaphors, or sometimes it's really simple stuff. They just make it more complicated. So for example, as I will show you, in Flying Star Feng Shui, there is some script, some important script is like the water dragon in the mountain should not go down into the water, and the water dragon into the water should not climb up the mountain. Do you understand what that means? Well, I don't. When I read the book for the first time, I was totally confused. It's actually these two sentences. These two sentences just tell you a very simple principle, as I will show you in later classes. It's actually very, very simple. But somehow the order just make these simple things complicated, and so it basically prevents people from learning it. So that's why the Chinese metaphysics is the growth of the growth and development of Chinese metaphysics is kind of, you know, stalled, and it's not, basically it's not growing. It's very slow. It's and also there are so many misleading and flawed statement in the scripts as well. I think that is why the development of Chinese metaphysics cannot be compared with the development of, you know, the Western astrology, because I mean, even though I admit that this is not a physics, this is not science. They are related, but it's not science. It's more like an art. But I think we should use the scientific altitude to do research on it. I mean, it is the altitude that is more important. You just, like the teachers, they don't want their students to be better than them. Okay, then that's not so great. And the students usually don't ask the right question, and they don't try to question the authority of the, you know, in this field. So that's, you know, that just simply block the growth and development of this, you know, this subject. And let's keep going. So T junction. So what is T junction? T junction. T junction is, let's say you have a house. That's your house. And there's a road here. Sorry, I talked so many just now about these problems. Well, because I talk about this in the Chinese version, and just make both versions consistent with each other. Anyway, so okay, that's your house, and this is road. This is road, and there's traffic flows here. You know, you have cars, traffic. You got to have traffic. If there's no traffic, it doesn't count. You know, and the cars will go this way. Okay, that's called T junction. Your house is right at the end of the T junction. Look, this is a T. Okay, this is considered as a negative feng shui feature. And if you live here, then, you know, the house might have issues. More likely it's an accident thing. You know, if some drunk driver might drive his car into your house. Okay, and when you come back home, you know, you might get hit by the cars or trucks or whatever. So it's accident, might cause accident. And also you see this, you know, this, as I mentioned about the bowl-shaped road. This is a bowl-shaped road. You see the traffic goes from here to here. This bowl-shaped road is pushing towards your house. So that may cause the wealth not stable. Wealth unstable. Two issues. Okay, the T junction. So if, let's say, if there's no traffic, it's just some persons, you know, only like persons walking, it's walkways, persons walking on the street, then it's fine. Then it would be okay. And also, if your house is here, let's say your house is not at the end of the T junction, okay, then it's also okay. But you might still have this bowl-shaped road thing, you know, is hitting your house. So there's still some unstable wealth issues, but the accident issue is, you know, not that serious. Okay, it's so if you're not at the T junction, not at the end of the T junction, you're fine. Okay, keep going. Suppressing. There are two types of suppressing. Here, let's say this is your building, and the buildings around your building is like that. Well, you see this a lot in the city. The buildings around your building. It's like this. Okay, and you live here. You live here. You live here. Okay, that's negative structure. That's negative feng shui structure. Okay, that's first type. That's first type. So this is again. The issue is it might cause the health issues, and also the wealth. Unstable. So sometimes I'm really I truly don't know how to explain like this type of stuff, why it would cause this types of issues, but I had experience of this before. I have this is one of the cases that I had before. So I would just follow what it says, what happened actually, and what it says in the book. And also the second type of suppressing is you don't live here. You live here. A tall building is right next to you, and it's suppressing you. So in this case, you would also have, you might have, I can only say you might have health issues, and also the issues with your boss. Personally, I don't have. So in this case, the second type, I don't have the cases of this. So I just follow what it says in the book, and so the explanation is usually from the it's metaphysics, right? It's metaphysics. So it's from the shape thing. Those bigger. The explanation is this bigger building, this tall building. It's like your boss is senior to you, right? Your boss is senior to you, and they are your managers, and your job depends on your boss. So it's suppressing you. There's suppressing effect. So your boss is making you unhappy. So essentially, that's more like a metaphor, or I don't know, but you just see if you have this. You judge yourself. You judge yourself. You judge yourself if this is true or not. I would just tell you this, and I would prefer to use the word might here in this scenario. Okay, yin sha. So yin is this yin. Okay, yin sha is if your house is next to the say funeral parlor. Funeral, I don't know. Parlor. Did I spell this right? Funeral parlor, or your house is next to let's say it's the hospital, or the deserted construction, not so good. Okay, not so good. This is relatively easy to understand. Funeral parlor. People are unhappy, people are sad around there. The mood can propagate, and when you always see someone unhappy, full of sorrow, then your mood will kind of be negatively affected. usually. Okay, it's not so good. In the hospital, the patients going and out, and the air is full of germs. Not full, you have germs, bacteria, the virus floating in the air, so it's not good for your health. And if your house is next to deserted building, usually deserted building, the no people live there, and for a long time, and there might be so many dust, and if there's wind, the dust will flow in the sky, flow in the air, and that might affect your health. So anyway, that's yin sha. So if your house is next to those three things, just be careful. And the next one is dirty. Usually in the feng shui way, wu sha. Here the wu is wu, means dirty. Okay, like your house is close to the garbage dump, or the chemical factory, chemical factory. There's those poisonous chemicals might affect your health. The garbage dump, it's very dirty. Okay, so very easy to understand here. So if your house next to this, just be careful. And EM field, magnetic field. This high power. If your house is next to this high voltage, the high voltage tower, electric pylons, or the or that's so if that's also negative feng shui feature. So, and also this electromagnetic field will affect the measurement of the direction. So if your house is near the strong electromagnetic field, most likely you will not be able to use the 8-dimension feng shui or flying star feng shui to do the calculation. So this not negative feature. And also there is maybe we can finish that today. I actually finished that in my Chinese version. So that's also if you have sheng sha. Sheng sound. If it's too loud, too noisy. If let's say your house is next to a kindergarten, next to middle school, it's very noisy. Or your neighbors just play the heavy metal every day, play the hard rock every day. Okay, it's too noisy. That's also one type of negative feng shui structure. And also the guan sha. Guan sha is your house is next to court, prison, or the police office. Okay, that's also negative feng shui features. This okay, and what else? There's also guang light sha. Light. light shot. If your building is next to if your house is next to a building, the glass of the building is reflecting strong beams from the sun. There's sunlight, the strong beams hitting your house, especially the window. There's a window. So you can see those strong beams from your house. It's bad. Negative feng shui features, not good for your eyes. Okay. Also, there is construction. So if there is construction, ongoing construction. So I'll talk about this later. Because it depends on where you see the construction. If your construction is in the Sansha direction of your house, with respect to your house, Sansha direction, not Sansa, not the Sansa in Game of Thrones. Sansha direction, or Wu. This sun here is actually 3. The Chinese in 3 sha direction, or Wu 5 yellow direction, with respect to your house, or Tai Sui direction, or Tai Sui opposite direction. Those 4 directions, change every year. So if each year they will be different. Okay. If the ongoing construction is going on in one of the 4 directions with respect to your house, it would be bad. There's definitely going to be some fix. But we'll talk about this in Flying Star Feng Shui. So we'll talk about this in Xuan Kong Feng Shui later. We'll talk about that later. I'll just let you know. And for now, to give you an impression for now. So I think that's all. So definitely there are other negative feng shui features from exterior. If you read the book, or some other feng shui consultants will tell you more. But these are the ones that I think are very important ones. And so when I do the feng shui consulting service, I will check those one by one first. And also if you learn this, and if you see 1 or 2 of those negative feng shui features from exterior, the first, do not you don't panic. Okay, don't panic. It's not cancer. Well, if you get cancer, don't panic. Anyway, just don't panic, and also don't be paranoid. So sometimes it's not that serious. It's not that severe. Not like Tianzhan Sha. It's not that severe. So don't be panic. Don't be paranoid. Always remember that the feng shui has just augmenting effect. It's not. It doesn't. It's not like if you see these feng shui features, I'm doomed. You're doomed. Okay, that's not true. Okay, and if you are really concerned about it, you can find a feng shui consultant, and they will help you. They will help you. It's not totally. It's not hard to fix those. Fix the issues. Or the best scenario is when you buy the house, you check those first. If you have these issues, just find another. If you are really concerned about this, okay, you just find another one. Okay, so I think that's all for the exterior thing. So next class we'll talk about the Shachi from interior, the negative feng shui feature from interior. Okay.